All right, everybody, here we go. It is Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. Let's put this into perspective, what's happening here. People are starting to panic. Europe is shutting down. Reported cases of this thing, this COVID-19, are really starting to affect people. And again, governments are shutting down overseas. Right now, the stock market is poised to drop at the open. Stock futures are pointing towards a reasonably large drop, over 500 points with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So why is that happening? The market right now seems to believe that no matter who wins the presidency, unfortunately, the United States is going to follow suit and shut down as well. If you recall, this sell-off in the market, which started on Monday, began when we heard from the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, who said we do not have control over the coronavirus. I guess that was a bit of truth here. And again, look, I'm not sure what your perspective is on this, and I guess it doesn't matter. The bigger picture is the market doesn't like this. The market wants to hear good news on the virus, that it's under control. The market wants to hear that we got some kind of miracle cure, a miracle drug, which several people have tried to push that narrative. The market wants to hear that a vaccine is coming and it's great and it works good. It's not getting this. What the market is seeing is a world shutting down. Now, I'm going to tell you something. In my neighborhood here, the stores, people are starting to hoard again. So there's panic. People are afraid, and fear is a very powerful thing. And it is affecting the stock market. And I said that you should expect volatility in this market going into the election. So look, sure, absolutely. But this is being compounded by, again, Europe shutting down. If you, again, recall the last time when they shut down the economy here in the United States, for which we're still shut down for the most part, the United States lagged several weeks behind Europe. Now, again, the market believes that no matter who wins the presidency, I know President Trump is saying he's not going to do it, he's going to have no choice. World leaders are going to start pointing fingers. If people start dying here in the United States, he's going to be forced to act if President Trump does win again. If Biden wins, in my view, there'll be no doubt that we will get another shutdown here. Something needs to happen. We need to learn to live with this thing one way or the other. And the market feels, again, there's no control at this present point. Henceforth, why stocks are set to drop here at the open. Now look, if you're a trader, if you're in this market, there's no reason to panic. Yet again, don't panic ever about this stuff. If you have cash in this market and you're freaking out because the market is going against you, well, guess what? You're in the wrong business. This year, at least for me and my Lions, has been epic. Absolutely freaking epic. Once in a while, the market goes against you. Whether you're long or short, you got to get hip to that. If you can't handle it, you're in the wrong business. You got to be willing to understand that that's the way markets work. Sometimes you're going to get caught on the wrong side, and sometimes you're going to make a mistake, and it's going to turn out to be right. So anyway, with regard to trading here, there's a lot of people that are traders that follow my work. Relax. Again, if you panic, you're going to make a bad mistake, and you're probably in the wrong business if you can't handle it. Never, ever play with cash you can't afford to lose. That should be evident. Now, let's talk about a few other things here. Looks like a pan sell-off. You got cryptocurrency selling off right now. Gold and silver under pressure here. Crude oil getting decimated, down like 5%. That's going to weigh on the overall market. Again, it's going to hit the energy sector. It's going to hit the financials, which will drag the whole market down. It's another reason why we're seeing stock futures lower. The dollar is stronger. Several days ago, it's kind of funny, we heard that Morgan Stanley was heavily shorting the dollar. And if you recall, I said on my social media networks, even on this blog, I think, I said, watch, the dollar is going to get stronger. And that's exactly what has happened. Whenever you hear a major bank make a statement like that, they're usually wrong. Okay. But again, look, in this environment, you can't blame anyone. No one really knows what's going on. We can't get the truth out of anybody anymore. It's an environment of propaganda, an environment of lies, fakery to the highest order. But you can count on this. The Federal Reserve is going to, again, manage to issue parabolic debt. I wrote an article for the Trends Journal. It just came out yesterday where I talk about the digital dollar. I talk about parabolic debt. If you are a subscriber to the Trends Journal, check out that article. I think you're going to find it enlightening. All right, anyway, so that's the story here. Stock futures pointing towards a markedly lower open. Europe is shutting down. If Europe is shutting down, the United States will follow, no matter who wins here, okay? So just get hip to that. Don't panic with regard to anything. If you panic with regard to anything, you're going to lose. Keep your head. Stay steady. You understand? That's how it is in life. Once you panic, you make bad choices. You got to be calculated in everything that you do. You got to be willing to accept the fact that once in a while you're going to get it wrong. That's life in the big city. All right. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Keep your eyes on these things. Watch that 10-year yield, 0.75. It is coming down. But again, remember what I always tell you, people, with regard to the dollar and regard to the 10-year yield, there is a compensatory mechanism here. So right now, in my view, looking at what the dollar is doing and what the 10-year yield is doing, the market is probably overreacting at this point. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be prepared. Should you be lightening up on positions if you're trading this market? Probably. Should you be willing to? If you have long-dated options here, as you know, I almost exclusively trade long-dated options that don't expire for a long time. You're still sitting pretty here, all right? I have one position open, Intel, where I was hoping to see a bounce. It expires just in a couple of weeks here. Look, and when I put that out there in my newsletter, I said this is a very risky trade. I was kind of banking on or hoping to see a bounce. We didn't get it. Doesn't mean it's not going to turn around. Keep your eyes on this stuff. I'll keep you on top of it, I promise you. So if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, please do that. There is a link in the description of this video. All right, look, I got to get to work. Got a busy day ahead of me, quite obviously. Ponder the things around us, people. So again, what do you want to take away from this video? You got Europe shutting down. The United States will follow. No matter who wins this election, that's going to happen. So be prepared for it. All right, with that said, I'll see you later. Going to be a very interesting day. I'm out of here.